If you are not watching Vanna White's Brothers talk show, then you're wasting my time. Seriously.
Welcome back, welcome back. Our first guest tonight is the #1 brother of the #1 family, Mr. Roger Clinton. Welcome, Roger. Have a seat, man.
Good to see you, man.
Have a seat.
Thank you. A screwdriver.
Okay, you got it.
Thanks.
Welcome, Roger.
Thanks, Chip.
Roger,
Good to be here.
tell me about your brother, not President Clinton, not President of the United States, your brother, Bill.
He's a real good guy. You know, thank goodness for history books, so people will be able to, the people that don't get the opportunity to meet him personally, will be able to read the true story, and not what they necessarily get an opportunity to read on a daily basis. But he's a real good guy. He and I have a huge heart. That's what Mother left us with.
There you go.
All righty then, a clear screwdriver. This is my favorite one. Thank you very much,
It's a drink.
Thank you.
Roger, I was a little worried you weren't going to make it tonight. I thought you might have had to flown back to D.C. with your brother having an operation on his knee. Have you talked to him?
Yeah, he broke down. He went down to play some golf for a couple days, and I haven't talked to him. Hillary called and gave us a detailed description of the injury. You know, every step she took us along the whole path.
Did
And
you get along with
the
Hillary?
tendon snapped. Yeah, I get along with her great. I think as well as a brother-in-law and sister-in-law can get along. Now, it wasn't always like that. We didn't get along at the outset. It took a long time, but yeah, it's turned out okay. I think she's great.
Have you ever slept in Lincoln's bedroom?
Oh yeah. As a matter of fact, that's where we normally get placed. That's where we request anyway. I like the whole ambience of Lincoln's bedroom and the little mystery that's attached to it. Mary Todd's supposed to still be floating around somewhere.
Have you ever seen her?
Nah.
Now, isn't the truth that it really wasn't even Lincoln's bedroom?
No, I don't know. I'm not, I try not to get into anybody's personal life. Abraham's personal life is Abraham's personal life.
Okay. Now you're gonna
What he
sing-
did 30 years ago, that's his problem.
What about 300?
Well, 300, I think, once you get over about 20 years, I think you ought to let it go. Move on.
Tell me about your son.
The most beautiful, the most precious thing in the world to me. Instantaneously changed my life. Something that Mother would always tell us. She passed 4 months before he was born, but it was something she always told me. There was always a void in my life that I never would realize until it was filled. And it was so accurate that as soon as that baby came out, I was right at the foot of the bed, and it was just the most incredible experience of my life. Will never, ever be exceeded. It might be duplicated, but that's it.
Now, I've heard that raising kids will turn your hair gray.
Hmm.
Now,
Well,
when Bill started his first term, he was really brown. It's getting a little grayer.
Well, that's not from raising kids. That's from
Well, wouldn't you call the country one hell of a big kid?
putting up with a bunch of people that act like kids. Maybe that's it. But yeah, the politics thing, I guess it's happened throughout history, but Jimmy Carter, I think, was the first one that I really noticed that, because he went in brown, came out gray. And my brother, but his heart hadn't aged, and that's the important thing.
Second inauguration, what was going through your head? I mean, first term had to be just a mind blower. Second time around?
The first term was more fantastical. The fantasy aspect was there. It was just overwhelming. The second term was more satisfying and more gratifying. It was like, it's like a job well done, and this is your just reward. And so it was pretty emotional, Plus the fact that Mother wasn't there. It's the first time that Mother wasn't with us. So it was a little different without her presence, her physical presence.
Does it ever dawn on you that your brother is the most powerful man in the free world? This is the guy I used to wrestle with on the floor. How can he be making these decisions?
Yeah, it's great when you look back on the life and when I can sit and reflect about things. It is overwhelming to to see where we've come as a family, individually as people and together as brothers, and in our family life and also in business. And the fact that my brother is the leader, it is pretty crazy. And when I take my son, when we go to the White House and Big Brother gets down on the floor with Tyler and they roll around and you see Big Brother crawling on the floor with my son who now walks around, but that's when it really gets crazy, when you say, okay, here's the leader of the free world on all fours.
Not going to touch that one.
Yep.
You're going to sing a song for us?
Yeah.
We're going to be right back with Roger Clinton.
I'm Geraldine Chaplin, and I can't wait to see one of my 7 brothers and sisters on Vanna White's Brothers Show. Or maybe they can't wait to see me on Vanna White's Brothers Show. Or maybe, anyway, be watching Vanna White's Brothers Show.